your partner cancels a minor plan, or your boss sends a brief, constructive email. Objectively, it's a small moment, but instantly your heart races, your chest tightens, and the calm adult you've been all day vanishes, replaced by a wave of rage, panic, or complete shutdown. This is an emotional hijacking. It occurs when your rational brain steps aside and allows a version of you frozen in childhood to take the wheel. Therapist and author John Bradshaw spent decades documenting this exact mechanism. He found that inside adults who react disproportionately to minor triggers, there is a literal psychological child stuck at the age a critical emotional need was denied. To stop these takeovers, you need to map them. Grab a notebook or open a blank document. We are going to build a step-by-step trigger response log to dismantle this cycle. Viewing these outbursts as historical echoes rather than character flaws provides a mechanical system to resolve them from the inside out. Step 1. Draw 3 columns labeled the trigger, the reaction, the adult shield. Write down a specific overreaction. Column 1. Partner took too long to reply. Column 2. Total emotional shutdown. Finally, log the specific behavior you used to protect yourself in column 3. Isolating this behavior shows us that what we defend as our core personality is often just armor, protecting an unhealed psychological wound underneath. Next, draw a 4th column and label it the past echo. To fill this in, we have to look for the rhyme. A trigger in the present rarely matches the original wound logically. It only has to carry the exact same emotional frequency. This diagram shows how that works. On the left, a boss gives standard constructive feedback. On the right, a parent mocks a child for making a mistake. The events share no logical details, but the emotional frequency of feeling inadequate is identical. Bypass your logical brain for a moment. Scan your body. Recall the physical feeling of your recent trigger, and write down the earliest childhood memory that carries that exact same feeling. This echo reveals the source of the tension, proving that you are actively reliving a specific past event using the present as a stage. Before we move to the final steps of the log, you need to establish a mandatory rule for yourself: absolute cessation of self-shaming. After an outburst ends, a quieter, more private event usually follows. You look at your reaction and attack yourself for being immature. This is the second wound. When you tell yourself to grow up or get a grip, you repeat the emotional neglect you experienced early on. You are telling that frozen child that their pain is an inconvenience. You cannot regain a calm adult perspective as long as you treat this part of yourself as an enemy to be managed. Weaponizing shame against yourself guarantees the wound deepens, locking in the exact explosive behavior you want to stop. Now, return to your log and draw the final 2 columns: child's age and validation statement. This is where we apply John Bradshaw's core reparenting technique. It is the active step that neutralizes the trigger. To find the child, ask yourself, how old is this reaction? What does this remind thee of? When did I first feel exactly this? Intellectual understanding of the wound is useless here. You cannot logically correct a 4-year-old in the state of panic. The goal is emotional validation. In the final column, write down exactly what that child needed to hear decades ago, but never did. Tell them the truth, that their pain makes sense, that they aren't broken, and that you are here for them now. By consciously offering what was withheld in the past, you remove the urgency. You systematically disarm the child's need to hijack your nervous system to get your attention. Your log is complete. You now have a repeatable system to process your next emotional outburst. This work aims for internal integration, a state where triggers still arise, but no longer possess the voltage to disrupt your life. By consistently going back for that inner child, they finally feel safe. And the child who feels safe no longer has to scream to be heard. Consistency here changes your relationship to the past, moving you from an emotional hostage to someone who understands and contains their own history. Drop a comment below with the one unexplainable reaction you logged today.